Yeah, I knew I felt the test. I don't think so. Oh, it is. Let's go. Yeah. And just like that, magic. Let's get these off there, and we're gonna give them a comparison. What's up, guys? Your boy Jfishy here, and today, guys, we're doing it a little different. We actually already got home from the trip, and let me move over a little and you guys are gonna see something. You guys see that right there? We got a cooler, and the cooler has multiple species of fish, and all which I would say are super tasty. So stay tuned for the video, because I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we caught all of them. And man, what a day. That's all I got to say. But you guys are about to see what I'm talking about. So enough talking, let's get into the fishing trip. All right, guys, well, let's get started with today's adventure. And today we were fishing a new spot, a completely new spot to me. And fortunately, a couple of subscribers decided to go out fishing with me. And guys, let's just say we definitely got on the fish. As you guys seen, I already had some stuff in the cooler at the beginning of the video, but that beginning is the end of this video, actually. So stay tuned for that. But for now, guys, let's get right into the action, because on the first cast, this happened. See if they want the crab. Yeah, my glasses must not be as good as yours, man. Oh, I feel it, yeah. Come on, give me a good bite. Oh no! Dang!
I told you.
Bro! No! That was a nice one too.
There's plenty out there. Get another pack.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know what. I will say I let him shake too much, because I was trying to get like no slack and reel and shoot him over. He looked like a keeper too. 20.
Oh, you did?
Oh, right here, right?
Yeah. Just let the current thing. They're all in there. They're stacked in there.
They bite so soft too. Oh man, that was a good one. Come on, come on. Oh man, I can't believe that I lost that fish. At the first glance when I seen it, it looked about 15 inches, so it would have been such a nice one to take home. But guys, like I said, you know, I just came out here kind of with no expectations, especially being a new spot. Although these guys told me that, you know, there's fish all around these this little bridge, I just, you know, you can never expect to catch a fish. So just to be able to hook up on one, I was super happy. And I didn't really explain too much, but we had a few crabs, not too many. I was able to flip a couple rocks and get just a few. And but we did have a lot of live shrimp that I brought. So in my head, I was thinking, let me start off with the crabs. And that was mainly because we could see them loaded up on these pollings. I mean, guys, there were some huge sheep's head in there. But like they say, you know, the big fish don't get big by being dumb. So they were not biting too much. I mean, I would throw it right on them and I couldn't get them. And as you guys can kind of tell, I had this little jig, this little hook that one of my buddies here gave me, and I was using it for them, and it kind of works really well because it's like a jig head, but it doesn't really have the head on it. it. So it's still a small hook. And man, that I think is the reason that I got that first sheep's head to bite, is because it's really finessey, you know, like they really can't see anything other than the crabs. So I was trying to throw on these pilings because, like I said, we were seeing some pretty big sheep's head on them, but you know, they weren't biting as much as I thought they would be, which is kind of normal for sheep's head. A lot of the times you can see them and they aren't going to eat, but I was so surprised that I got one on the first cast. And well, let's just say my persistence paid off. It's because you eat too many good fish, that's what it is. Yeah, for real. Got him. Got him. Come on. Not this time. Got him. Let's go. Too small, but he's got to be only like 10. I finally got the one that was eating all my crabs, though. At least. Yeah, this got to be what, 10? Oh man, he's actually not too far off. All right. Well, targeted species. Get out of here, man. Thanks for the bite. All right, I'm off the board. Yeah. That's what, really? Come on. Out of all the big ones out there, the smallest one had a bite. It's all right. And I know, guys, here I am talking about all the big sheeps that are around, and I pull up an undersized one. But hey, like I said, it's hard to get those big ones to bite. I mean, we could see them. They look like black drum. That's how big they were, and they just would not eat the crabs. Maybe some barnacles would work, or some oysters. I've been getting a lot of, or even those worms from the last episode, the tube worms, those might have got them to eat. I've been seeing a lot of comments telling me, you know, some sheep's head fishing tips. I truly, truly appreciate that, guys, because, you know, even though I've been fishing for almost 2 years now, there's still so much to learn in fishing, and I would probably never stop learning. And that's one thing I enjoy about this so much. And I'm always willing to take tips. I'm always open-minded to hearing out what somebody who has done this for way longer than me has accomplished and learned. So hey, if you guys have any tips, always drop them down in the comments. I truly appreciate them. Oh, come on, man. Even smaller. He ate that thing. I thought it was something huge. Come on. Hey, another fish. Yep, that's exactly what matters. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Let's go. Last crab going out. Oh. Come on, bring me a big one, last crab. Come on. That wind's picking up. Unfortunately, like I said, I only had about, I think it was 8 crabs that I was able to collect. So I didn't have too many. And of course, as you guys know, sheep's head love to steal the bait. So I did get robbed most of my cast. But luckily, like I said, we did have live shrimp. And guys, one thing I got to say about saltwater fishing, and I'm sure most of you guys who have already fished know this, live shrimp is one of the best baits you can have. Unfortunately, it's a little pricey, and it's just getting pricier from what I can tell. But guys, it's something that's always going to work exactly how it did here. Nice. little small, I think, right? They gotta be what, 14? Yeah, that's not. He ain't 14. It's definitely nice. I haven't caught a flounder. When was the last time I caught a flounder? It's been a while. These guys are so cool. They're so cool. Like, they just look sick. Thanks for the bite, man. Yeah. He ate the shrimp. And there you have it. It did not take long to get a bite once I switched over to shrimp. And I already had that in mind because the other guys that were fishing with me, we were all using shrimp at this point. And man, you guys can tell right there in the bucket, we already had a keeper trout. We already had a couple other species that we had caught on it. And guys, even I think somebody else had already hooked up on a flounder. So I kind of had a feeling that I was going to get a bite pretty quickly. And that's exactly what happened. It did not take long. So at this point, we were just all throwing shrimp out, hoping to catch more species. And guys, I actually decided to try out one of my buddies here, his setup, because he has a really light setup, and he's been trying to tell me, like, dude, you gotta get one of these. So I decided to give it a shot and try it out. He had a circle hook on it too, which is something that I don't usually use because, again, you know, I'm just not the best with it, but I want to get better with it, so I have to keep trying it. That's the only way it's gonna work. So I decided to give it a shot. But before I could even get started using it, we actually had a really nice bite on the live shrimp. Once again, like I said, that's exactly why live shrimp is so good. He's a nice sheep. Holy. What? That's a big one there. Now you're gonna put him on the half shell on the grill, bro.
You can have him. You said you want a sheephead. So.
Yeah, there you go.
I got him way out there too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I see how far you cast it. That's why I didn't think at all it was going to be a sheep, but there must be. It was pretty surprising that he actually caught the sheep's head further out away from the structure, but hey, I guess they're everywhere at this point. But man, I don't know if it was the combo or me, but the luck came with it, and we got our best fish. I don't think so. Oh, it is. Let's go. Yeah, it's a red. No wonder I felt the tap and I was like, nah, this is. You think he's keeper? Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. Let's go. Right in the corner of the mouth, like you guys said. Come on. Just as we were saying it. We were just talking about reds. 18.5. 18.5. Yeah, still keeper. All right. Look at that bucket. Red sheep. Yep, corner of the mouth. You know what's funny? I think he was on there for a while too, because I felt the tap, and then I was kind of,
yeah, the tap triple spot.
Triple spot, pretty spot. Let's go. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, for real. Thanks to you guys too, bro. If it wasn't for y'all, I was gonna go home with nothing. And once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Bert and Frank for putting me on the fish here, and also to Bert for the gift that he gave me. You guys are going to see it in the next episode because I'm going to put it straight to work, so stay tuned for that. But guys, the action is not over. We were still slaying the fish. Like I said, it seemed that there was so many fish loaded up in this area, and it was crazy because the tide was low, but they were still biting. With the flounder? Yeah. I knew I felt the tap. What do we got here now? Is it another one? Oh, another phone. Yeah, they're starving now over here. Dude. Wow, fish galore. Slippery. Get in there. Oof. Well, This is what you call a good fishing day. Yeah, dude. It's because he let me use his setup. That's what it is. Man, oh man, what a trip. I mean, guys, I know it's hard to notice because I kind of cut a lot of the video, but we were only there for a couple of hours at max, and you guys can just see how much fish we caught. I mean, just me alone, I think that was what, my 4th or 5th fish, and they had been catching about the same amount. So, you know, it's been a while since I've been able to get a lot of fish like that. I mean, especially multiple species like that. So this spot is definitely going to be one that I'm going to visit a lot more and try to learn more. I mean, these guys definitely helped me out by giving me the information that they did, and I truly appreciate it because man, well, all I can say is we got dinner and some knowledge. There's not much more I could ask for. And guys, check out this little trout here, actually big trout that one of them hooked up on, and I believe it was on artificial. So man, the artificials work here too, and that's something that I definitely want to take out there because you guys know I love artificial fishing. It's just so exciting to see what will bite. So man, I'm super pumped to come back and try this area out again and kind of, like I said, learn it better. Like I said, this was a really low tide and there was still fish chewing here, so I can't imagine what it's going to be like on a higher tide, kind of like a better tide. So man, oh man, I'm super pumped for that. But for now, guys, stay tuned for the catch and cook section because we're about to test out whether I like sheephead or redfish more, 2 of the best inshore tasting species here in Florida. So let me know down in the comments before I try them what you guys think. Is redfish better or sheephead? And stay tuned because you guys are about to hear my opinion very shortly because we're heading to the fillet table right now. All right, guys, well, look at that. This is probably the first time I've ever had this many different species at one time to eat. The trout, I'm actually going to give it to my mom. She likes making fish soup out of it, so she's going to enjoy the trout. I've had enough trout this season already, but the sheephead and the red, they're going on the grill on the half shell for sure. And we're kind of going to compare them to see which one, because I'll tell you what, I remember when I was eating a lot of reds over the summer, I swore that nothing could beat a redfish. And then when I tried that sheephead the other day, it was pretty close. So we're gonna compare both and see what I think is the best one. So let's get to cleaning them. I'll show you guys real quick how I'm gonna do it. All right, let's start off with the red because I personally think it's easier. I'm just gonna cut right here behind the head. And like I said, really, you just gotta get between the scales. Once you get between those big scales, it gets really easy. So just kind of, I'm gonna outline them here. Boom. All right. Nice. Just hold your knife down. Make sure you get all that meat off the bones there. And redfish to me produce the most meat out of any fish that I've filleted myself. So get right above the spine there and keep pressing down. And then they do have a rib cage just like pretty much every other fish. So like I said, it helps to have a real sharp knife because of their thick scales. Come on. Come on, buddy. So redfish is another species that they say you kind of got to be careful that they don't carry worms because they are in the drum family, but I've never myself run across any. I mean, I have never caught a huge one either, so that might be why. But there it is, guys. Now let me do the same thing to both of these. I'm not going to do the sheephead on camera because I just did a sheephead catch and cook. So if you guys want to watch that, check out my last episode. And I cleaned a couple of those, so you guys will see how I did that. But there goes the redfish again. So let me do the same thing to the other side, get that guy cleaned up. And if you guys can't tell in the background, we got some smoke because I got the charcoal heating up right now. We're putting these guys on the half shell right on the grill. So give me a second and I'll see you guys back here in a bit. All right, you guys, well, there you have it. The longer ones, the redfish fillets. And these ones right here are the sheephead. Guys, I'm just waiting for that charcoal to get ready. I'm going to go get some seasonings, and we're cooking these right away. It does not get any fresher than this, I'll tell you that. All right, guys, well, here we go. With the, I think I got them all. There we go. Now, of course, as you guys know, that Chef Pauper Domes. And we're just going to literally load it up, guys. Guys, you cannot beat this stuff here. I'm telling you, if you still haven't tried this on fish, you got to give it a chance. there we go. We're gonna cover it and probably be back in about close to 10 minutes. Here we go. And just like that, magic, it's done. All right, let's get these off there and we're gonna give them a comparison. It's either gonna be redfish or sheephead, both on the half shell, both seasoned the same way. We'll see who wins. Oh man, guys, oh, I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good. Literally, this seasoning is so crazy how good it smells. But all right, like I said, these ones to the left are the redfish and the ones to the right are the sheephead. So let's get a good piece of this redfish here. Let's go right in the center, right in the heart. Oh my God, look at that. It just comes right off the skin, perfectly cooked. And like I said, it doesn't get any fresher than this, guys. You get a nice little, just falls right apart. Oh, it looks so good. I literally haven't had redfish since the summer of last year, I believe. So it's been at least easily 6 months, probably a little longer. But yeah, let's see if I can remember exactly why I love this fish. Oh my God, yeah. Instant memories of why I love redfish. That is so good. And I honestly think I have this cooking them on a half shell down to perfection. Guys, 10 to 12 minutes and pull them off. I mean, it's perfectly cooked. It's still like, it's not overcooked, so it's not dry at all. That is so freaking good. Holy crap, guys. Oh man. All right, let's do the sheephead now, but I don't think it's gonna beat this redfish. I just don't think so. All right, here we go with the sheephead. Look at that. Oh my God, it looks like a chicken breast, guys. Wow. So again, I hadn't had sheephead in over a year, and you guys seen my last episode. I was very, very fortunate to be able to catch those fish, and they were delicious. So now, like I said, redfish was on my top. Since I tasted redfish, it was my favorite tasting fish. So let's see if sheephead, now that I have them side by side, if it puts up a good fight against one of my favorite tasting inshore fish. Look at that, guys. You just can't beat that white flaky meat. Wow. This is a tough one. Man, that is so good as well. Okay, so that is so hard to choose between, but I think the redfish edges it just a tiny bit. And I don't, you know, there's a few things that I can say about them that would make it just more beneficial, I guess. Number one, the redfish, it's a bigger fillet for sure. If you get a keeper, it's gonna always be bigger, easier to clean a little. I only say that because the sheephead has such a big rib cage. Oh man, that's so tough. But I gotta say, the redfish just edges it a little bit. And I don't know if it's like the texture of the meat a little more. Like, man, they're both super good, guys. I mean, both of them are delicious. Both of their diets are, you know, pretty much crustaceans, so the meat has such a good flavor to it in its own. Really, it's more of the texture, and it's not far off. I just personally think the redfish is just a little more firm, and I love that about the redfish. That's one thing that I really, really like about that fish. And again, the only fish I still haven't had a few species, so I haven't been able to taste them, and that's a flounder, snook. Both of those are pretty well-known inshore species here in Florida, and I just haven't been fortunate enough to get a snook during snook season, or a flounder, which is kind of surprising, although they do say flounder population is very low in Tampa Bay. So you know, I'm not surprised that I haven't got a keeper of those. I've been pretty close. I think I got a 13-incher one day, so I was only an inch off, and they say those are really good as well. So I can't wait to taste those. But as far as sheephead and redfish, they're both up there. I mean, like I said, redfish is just going to edge it a little, but that's just personal preference. I'm sure, you know, I'm going to have people in the comments say sheephead are better, or others that are going to agree and say redfish. You know, it's all opinion based, guys. Regardless, we all got to admit that both of those species are super, super tasty. And man, I got to give a huge shout out once again to Bert and Frank. I truly, truly appreciate what you guys did for me on this trip. I mean, you guys put me on the fish. I haven't had a bite like that in a good little bit. I, you know, might have to do a little with the weather too, how it got warm. Maybe the fish are finally starting to move, finally starting to chew. But man, you just can't deny that live shrimp is one of the best baits out there. It just is, you know, it just is. It's one of the most universal baits, and this video just proves that. So once again, another huge shout out to Bert for the gift. I truly appreciate it. You guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about in the next episode, so stay tuned, because he gifted me something that I've actually been on the lookout for, you know, something that I don't want to say I need, but that would definitely improve my fishing. So I already have something to put it together with. It's going to be super nice. So stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to put it right to action. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, like I said, it was just one of the best fishing days I've had in a very long time. So yeah, I had a blast. And now the only thing left to say is I hope you guys have a blessed week. I hope you guys have the best luck out there fishing. Remember guys, always stay positive, keeping good vibes up. I upload every week on my channel, so I hope to see you guys back here next time. But until then guys, peace.